Sorry about the background noise. My little sister's watching the TV. But let's just get started. This is what if Deku was the only male with the quirk? Part 1. Also, my first what if. If this gets at least 2 or 3 likes, I'll make a part 2. Um, so let's start when Deku was born. If you heard that, I'm very sorry. Anyways, so Deku is born like this. When he's born, Inko sees him and she's like, okay, I'm gonna have to try again. The doctor asks her if she wants to put him up for adoption. And Inko says, no, we'll just keep him. So, but the thing is this. As soon as, like 3 seconds after when the doctor takes the baby, I'm gonna say the doctor's quirk allows her to, whoever she looks at, she can see their quirk and the specifics of it. When she looks at Deku, it says that his quirk is named, give me some time. Sorry about that random pause, but his quirk is named, like, she sees something that she's never seen before. It says incinerate. Allows him to control fire and control the heat of it. Frostbite. Allows him to create ice and can channel the energy throughout his body. Earthquake. The ability to control the earth. And tornado, the ability to control air and wind combined. After then, the last one is called torrent, and torrents can pretty much just control water and create it. And the last one's Metallica, the ability to control metal. But then she sees something even weirder. It said fusing. After then, all of the quirks fused and made one single quirk. Control. Allows him to control anything except for humans. Immune to mind control. The reason I said immune to mind control is for the sports festival. So, anyways, when the doctor sees this, she's like, what? Miss, it appears that your son has a quirk. And Inko's just like, what? But guys can't have quirks. And then the doctor says, you have 2 options. You can let everybody in the world know about this. Or, what's or, says Inko. After then, the doctor says, or kill him and make sure this evolution of species never spreads through. Since Inko's nice and not like mean, like, she says, okay, I'll just let the world know. So after one day, Deku's pretty much the talk of the world, and he motivates men, because men are quirkless, like all men are quirkless, and mothers start waiting for him to get the proper age so that they can send their daughters to try and marry him. Because of that, Deku became pretty rich. Because imagine millions and millions of donations coming just straight at you and your family from other people around the world. That would obviously be amazing. And since Inko in this timeline is friends with Mitsuki, Bakugo's mom, Bakugo is just gonna be called Katsumi in this what if. Katsumi. I don't know what it means, but I'm just gonna call her Katsumi. If you guys have a better name, just put it in the comments. Anyways, this is for 13 and older. It may sound like I'm just a little kid, but how can I put this? I'm 14. Like, I'm a midget. I'm 14, and yet I look like a 11-year-old. Like, I look like a 9-year-old. So, continuing with the story, Katsumi, when she's like, when they're in preschool, I'm gonna say since Inko told Mitsuki about Deku, well, Mitsuki already knows about Deku, but I'm gonna say Deku is older than Bakugo or Katsumi by 6 months, because in the original timeline, Katsumi is older than Deku, so I'm just gonna change that. Anyways, so after when they're 4, one day enter preschool, everybody in the class knows that Deku has a quirk. So they're all cool with Deku. And now let's time skip for 1 year. So now they're 5 and Bakugo gets his quirk. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Deku looks like this in the photo. He was born with white hair, but his eyes aren't blue. His eyes are red. But the thing is, when Bakugo gets his quirk, oh, I also forgot to mention, he has you know how Eri, if you guys have caught up to My Hero Academia Season 4, you know how Eri has that little horn on her head? Deku has it too, but his is brown and pokes through his hair. It's not too tall, but it's not too short. It's noticeable. So after that, Katsumi says, "Hey, look, Deku," and Deku still gets the name Deku, but this time for Uraraka's meaning. Let's say Uraraka is in the preschool class, and when she says, "Hell, you're worthless, Deku," when Katsumi says, "You're worthless, Deku, you don't have a quirk," after then Deku just shows her the fire. She's just like, "Oh, what's your quirk name?" After then Deku's just like, "Control. I can control anything except for the human mind." Anyways, so after that, I'm gonna say that the control quirk takes I'll make some drawbacks at part 2. But anyways, so when Uraraka hears Katsumi say Deku is useless and calls him Deku, Uraraka's just like, "Hey, Deku kind of sounds like the Japanese word for you can do it." So Uraraka and Deku become friends way earlier with Katsumi too, because Deku has a quirk in this. So time skip to the start of the anime. Oh, I forgot to mention something that might alarm you, but I want to do it. Don't worry, Deku will not get one for all. I'm giving that one to Mirio. Oh, Mirio's still gonna be a boy? No, Mirio's gonna be a girl, and All Might's gonna be a girl. Anyways, so... no, All Might's gonna be a boy. Remember when I said all of the press was surrounding him? Because this is All Might's son. That's why everybody was there. He became the talk of the world because he was All Might's son. That's All Might's son. Imagine if All Might's son just walked up to you. So I found a new picture that looks more like what Deku should look like. Anyways, this is what Deku should look like. So, anyways, he's All Might's son. So let's time skip to the high school thing. Uraraka is sitting next to Deku, and so is Katsumi. Like, I'm giving him a harem. I'm sorry for all of you, but they both like Deku. They know they like Deku. They know that both of them like Deku. So they kind of like have this like friendly competition that isn't so friendly. But anyways, when he says, hey, when the teacher throws up the papers and says, I know all of you want to go to the hero course, and everybody starts using their quirks, Deku's just like, oh, I forgot to mention his personality. He is calm, cool, and collective. So, yeah. Anyways, so, the teacher says, hey, doesn't Midoriya, Uraraka, and Bakugo want to go to UA? The class goes silent because everybody knows that Deku has a quirk and a strong one. So they all start saying, yeah, they all start whispering, yeah, they all have pretty strong quirks, but Uraraka, isn't her quirk just zero gravity? It's kind of a worthless quirk if you tell me about it. After that, you know that dude with no eyes in the classroom? He just says, ha, that's a useless quirk. I wonder how you're even gonna become a hero with a stupid zero gravity quirk. Deku stands up from the chair and says, how are you gonna be a hero with no eyes? The classroom goes silent and starts laughing. After then, Deku says, Uraraka's quirk is way more useful than yours. In fact, imagine if she could just send you to space. You would be dead. So the class goes silent and starts whispering, yeah, she could do that and become an awesome hero. After then, Uraraka gets a little smile and Deku smiles back at her. Trust me, I am 14. I am 14. So after that, it's time for the sludge villain attack. So All Might gave Deku permission to use its quirk just in case he finds the sludge villain. So All Might's looking for the sludge villain with Deku because All Might's Deku's dad. So once they find him, trying to choke the hell out of Momo. Like, he's just trying to... It starts with R and... What the heck? I'm just gonna put 18 in order for this. Tries to rape Momo. But Deku, he's so mad that he creates a huge orb of fire surrounding the sludge villain. Because Momo, he hasn't captured Momo yet, but he's about to rape her. He creates a giant bubble of fire and then says, incinerate. One Punch Man reference. After then, the sludge villain is dead. Like, dead. So Amai's like, hey, son, I told you not to kill him. After then, Deku's just like, sorry, I didn't know. I mean, he was about to rape the girl. After then, Momo's like, oh my, oh, and that's the boy with the quirk. Thank you for saving me. After then, Deku's like, it's okay, just doing what a hero should do. So after then, they leave, and it's time for the 10 months training. All Might already told Deku about One For All and about the wound. And since Deku has control, he can control bones, so he already healed All Might. Because he just replaced the bones, he replaced the flesh. So after that, It's quick reminder. He can't control he can control time, but not like space and time and reality warping. He can't control the laws of physics. Heads up. Anyways, so it's time for the 10 months training, and Deku's training with Uraraka and Katsumi. So he's already calling Bakugo by her first name, and like he's calling Uraraka by her first name because they've known each other since they were kids. Anyways, so in this world, Katsumi calls Deku Izuku, or Izu, like IZU, like Izu, like a nickname for couples, and Uraraka calls him Deku. So I'm gonna change the Ochaka thing. He calls Katsumi Katsu and Ochaka Ocha. Okay? So after that he's training with them. Deku Uraraka and Katsumi are gonna be way stronger in this because of the training with Deku. Anyways, so sorry for that random cut, but Katsumi and Uraraka are way stronger than in canon. So now it's time for the entrance exam. He sees that Uraraka's looking a little bit nervous. Oh, I forgot the explanation. So first it's the practical exam. I forgot to mention this, but Deku's really smart. Like, really smart. Like, when he was 7, he could read at a college level. So right now, he's like in one of the My Hero Academia books, there's a ranking for smarts. In this rate, Deku's smarts is a S+. So, Deku aces the test. He gets 173% because he made some new questions and corrected some of the mistakes. So like Nezu can talk to Deku without dumbing it down. Like he has to smart it up a lot just to keep up with Deku. So at this point, it's time for the explanation. President Mike explains the thing, but then Ida's like, hey, there are 4 robots on the screen. Why are you only explaining 3? If this is a error, then I'm really disappointed in UA. So after that, Deku stands up and is like, hey, don't you think he was just getting to that? After then, Ida's just like, hey, and you too. Why were you... It looks like you weren't paying attention. Why were you doing that? After that, Deku's just like, I was meditating. And like when Deku gets mad, he gets mad. Like after then, because like I'm gonna say that Ochako, like she was tapping her feet, and so Ida said, and you too, why were you tapping your feet? If you're not gonna pay attention, then I would advise that you would leave. Then Deku snaps. Like he snaps. And he says, oh really, she should leave, right? Don't you think heroes are supposed to loosen it up to make sure that everybody around them feels safe? You're not really acting like a hero right now. I don't really think this is the right place for you. If you heard that, I'm very sorry. I'm recording this in the bathroom and I just flushed the No, it's not poop. I did not flush poop down or pee. My headphones just broke, so I just flushed the piece down the toilet. Anyways, so it's Ira sits down saying, "You stupid son of a." After then, it's time for the entrance exam. He sees that Uraraka's a little bit nervous, so he goes to her to get stopped by Ida. After then, Ida's like, "Hey, don't distract her." After then, Deku's like, "She's my childhood friend. I'm pretty sure she's nervous right now." He flicks his hand away. He goes to Uraraka and calms her down. And now, President Mike says, "Ready, set, go!" And Deku zooms past everybody, already destroying 63 pointers, which gives him about 180 points already. Then, because he doesn't want to go all out to leave some for Uraraka and Katsumi, so he just takes down like a couple more, and right now his total is, I'm gonna say that they let out 1,000 robots, and he already took out 200. So I didn't do the math, so don't blame me. He took down, I'm gonna say they have 10,000 robots. He took down 1,000 3-pointers, which is 3,000 points, beating All Might, like easily. So anyways, when he's done with that, he leaves some for Uraraka and Katsumi. So Katsumi in this timeline gets 250 points, while Uraraka gets 174 points. So they got really high. Like really high, because they trained with Deku. Anyways, so I'm gonna say that Deku gets first, and All Might just tells him face to face, because that's his son. Anyways, so what was I gonna say again? Oh yeah. It's time for the first day, and Uraraka, Deku, and this is gonna seem so cliche, but Deku knows how to play guitar. And I mean really well. And he can sing like really well. He also tells his, like, they're walking through the street. After then Uraraka, Deku, and Katsumi are walking together. So Uraraka asks, "Hey, aren't you gonna get your driver's license tomorrow?" After then, Deku's like, "Yeah, I can't wait." Because he's about to learn how to drive a motorcycle. And he's like been practicing with All Might. So, anyways, when they arrive at class, everybody looks at Deku and was like, "He's the kid with 3,000 points. Whoa, how'd you do that?" After then, Deku's like, "Oh, you're the girl who I saved from the sludge villain. I never got to properly introduce myself. My name is Izuku Midoriya." So then everybody's like, "Wait, did he just ignore us?" After then, Momo's like, "My name is Momo Yarorozu." And remember, everybody in the class are girls. And they say, "Hey, he looks kind of cute." Cause look at, I'm not homo, okay? But look at the guy in the photo. Doesn't he look a little bit cute? I'm not gay. Anyways, like this is what, like, quick spoiler, this is what he's gonna be wearing for the Island thing for the movie. Anyways, Deku just sits down next to Bakugo and Ochako. I'm gonna say that these are the seating orders. Momo's right behind him. Ochako's at the left, and Katsumi's at the right. So Aizawa walks in and says, "It took you 8 seconds to shut up. You're gonna have to improve on that. We're gonna skip orientation and go take an exam. Whoever gets last is expelled." After then, when they got in the for the UA, he says go get changed, and everybody's like, "Hey, but there's a boy out." After then, Deku's, "I'm gonna do something different for this." Aizawa says, "Hey, you boy, you're..." Oh God, I forgot Aizawa was a girl. Aizawa says, "You're changing with the girls. No peeking. No funny business." After then, Ochako and Katsumi start blushing. Like, you know how Kirishima's hair is red? They made Kirishima's hair look pink. Like, they were blushing so hard that steam went off their faces. Anyways, all jokes aside, he made a Metallica wall to separate him from the girls and started changing. But, in order to make the Metallica wall, he has to concentrate for 5 seconds, and Katsumi accidentally said, that caught him off guard. So as soon as he took his shirt off, I'm just going to say this now, it has a 10-pack. All of the girls look at him and start blushing. They all try to use his quirk on him, but he just says, "Metallica, whoa!" After then, all of the attacks get nullified because his Metallica nullifies quirks. Anyways, so after that, everybody's like, no. And I'm also going to say this, he can see the invisible world. Like, if you're invisible or cloaking yourself, he can see you. Anyway, so as soon as he's done changing, he goes outside, and now Aizawa tosses him the ball and says it's time for the ball throw. He throws the ball so hard, he uses Incinerate after then boosting the ball forward. Then he uses Frostbite and creates a huge ice field. Then, because he can control gravity, he just says, "Now." After then, the ball starts going even further. After then, he says, "I've had enough fun." He just puts his hand back and punches so hard that it hits the moon. So Deku's just like, after then, Moonrock falls and was like, "Hey, Moonrock, Ochako, didn't you say that you liked Moonrocks?" And then tosses her one. After then, Ochako's like, "Hey, thanks." Because Ochako already knows that Deku's strong. Sorry about that. That's my brother. Anyways, so this is gonna take such a long time to upload. Anyways, so after that, for everything, Deku gets first. For the power thing, he just breaks this counter. The power thing, the grip thing. After then, for the push-ups and sit-ups, he literally does push-ups and sit-ups so fast that they have to ask him to stop. And then for the 50-meter dash, he just says Incinerate, and then his feet burst with fire. He gets 0.15 seconds. And then he was like, "I would have went faster, but then Nui would have been destroyed. Don't want that." So then Deku just Deku gets first, Katsumi gets second, and Ochako gets third. or Momo gets fourth. So after that, it's time for heroing 101. It's time for heroing 101. And so they go to the heroes versus villains, and then All Might's like, hey, Izuku. After then, Deku's like, hey, yeah, Dad Might. After then, when everybody hears Dad Might, they're like, hey, that's your son? And then All Might's like, yeah. But Katsumi and Ochako aren't that surprised because they already know that All Might's Deku's dad. So All Might says, you can't really do this because you might, yeah, I know, I might kill them. So everything goes the same except without Deku. So Ochako's just paired up with, oh yeah, Mineta got expelled. So whoever Mineta was with, I think that was it either Momo or Froppy or Suyo? Whoever Mineta was with, Ochako was with. So, so now it's time for the USJ. And Deku can sense danger, and because he has time, he can control time, he can see into the future. So he just quickly does that to see if anything will go wrong. And then he's like, we can't go. After then, I was like, why? He says, I just looked into the future and thousands of villains are gonna attack. Then as I was like, oh, is it okay if you take them? And Deku's like, okay, but I'll try not to kill any of them. So they arrive at the USJ and everybody's on the bus like, hey. Oh, and he didn't say that out loud. He just told it to Aizawa privately. So they're like, hey, Deku, what's your quirk? And then Deku's like, oh, my quirk's called, well, let me just explain it from the start. First, I had a quirk called Incinerate that allowed me to control fire. Then I started getting more quirks when I was born, and they all fused into control. I can control all the elements and control anything except for the laws of physics. And then everybody's like, whoa, that's really OP. And then Deku, so when they arrive at the USJ, Deku's like 3, 2, 1, and all of the villains arrive. Deku just jumps down and says, let's do this. Incinerate! And all of them, you see all of them, including Nomu, because I'm going to say Shigaraki, Kurogiri, and Nomu went off early. And Kurogiri quickly teleported Shigaraki back to the base before anything could happen. And I'm going to say they have a camera on the Nobu's brain to see what happens. So they see that Deku just took out all the villains in just one attack. Incinerate. So after this, they're like, okay, that's good. And they build the dorms earlier, I'm gonna say, because of the attack. And then Aizawa says, sorry, but we don't have space for another room. It looks like one of you is gonna have to share a room with someone. And then, like, Ochako raises her hand and says, I'm willing to share a room with Izuku. And then Katsumi's like, damn it. Because she can't say that with all her pride. And then, Deku's just like, okay. And then Eraserhead whispers something into Deku's ears. Use a condom. Which makes Deku's, Uraraka hears this because she's right next to him. So she's like, her face is like red as a cherry. So I'm gonna end it off here. This is gonna take a long time to upload. Anyways, bye.